So today we're going to be making a DIY mirrored coffee table using all Dollar Tree products, yes, except from the cardboard box and except from the glue, the scissors, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's going to be all Dollar Tree mirrors because unlike my first one, I had to use mirrors. Actually, no, the top mirror is going to be from Lowe's, but you know what I'm trying to say. A majority of the mirrors in this video that you need are going to be from Dollar Tree. So it makes it very affordable and very easy to get everything under one roof. So I guess with that being the disclaimer, because a lot of people want disclaimers for what I'm using and stuff like that. So I put that out there. The stuff is majority from Dollar Tree. There we go. So anyway, on that note, grab your coffee, grab your tea dolls, and let's do this Glam Dollar Tree DIY coffee table video. Let's go. These frames, I got these frames from Dollar Tree and they are like 7 times, I believe it's 8 times 10. I'll put the information down below. They didn't have the information on here, but it should be, no, it's not even on here. So you need these frames here. You also need these frames here. I believe these are 7 times 8. 7 times 8 for these circle ones here. All I did was I popped the mirror out. It comes with the mirror like this. So you'll need these. This is how it looks like. So you'll need these as well, and I have 6 of them. So depending on how big your box is, I have 6 of these. Well, no, wait, 12. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like 8 of them because I'm only going to be using 2 each. And then you'd need 12 of these ones here because you'll have 3 on each side. So I'm going to now spray paint the circles first, and then I'm going to go and spray paint the squares next. So let's do the circles, and I'm going to spray paint it with my gold spray paint. Spray paint I'll be using is this Rust-Oleum spray paint. I got mine off of Amazon. I usually buy it from Home Depot, but I didn't have the, it was cheaper on Amazon, and I'll put the link down below to the exact seller. And this is what I'm going to be using because this spray paint is different from others I've used. It's extremely metallic, like it looks literally like this almost. It has a nice glistening sheen to it. Other spray paints don't really do, like they don't really look metallic when you spray it. This looks really like luxurious and expensive, so this is why I'm using this. I love this one here, so you can screenshot, but I'm going to put a link down below where you can get it. But if you don't want to order it on Amazon, because I use Amazon Prime to get it in like a day or 2 days, definitely go to Home Depot, but Home Depot just cost a lot more. Amazon, this was literally like $5. So we're going to be spray painting this, and this is literally going to lift the black off completely, which is rare. Normally black is a hard color to spray paint metallic. So let's go. Like when it's done, as you can see, it went from being super black to looking so metallic. You might want to do the edges because as you can see right here is just black still, so you can go gently around the edges one more time just to make sure everything turns out gold. But so far this looks amazing. Like I told you, the spray paint is bomb. So now I'm going to do the same thing to my squares so it can match. I forgot to add, but you would definitely need these. And these are just these suction mirror cups. That's what they call it, suction mirror cups. They're from Dollar Tree. Also, as I said, everything in this video is pretty much from Dollar Tree. So you would need this. You would actually need, you'd need about, well, this depends on how big your box is, but for me I'm going to be using about, I have to count this, probably about 4 of these. We shall see. I'm actually going to put it across the screen to show you exactly how much I needed. So I got these are from Dollar Tree. They are perfect for what we're going to use it for. You're going to see it at the end when I start to use them, but I just want to show you. But I want to tell you, so what I'm going to do is when I get it, I'm going to turn it upside down because I want this to not be black. I want this to be gold. So I'm going to spray paint it upside down like this, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to demonstrate it to you in a minute. Because the reason why it's really hard to spray paint the edge you're obviously going to get some of the paint on the mirror. So what you're going to do is you're going to just press it, like have it down like that and spray paint the whole thing with this flat. So by the time you flip it over, it will be gold. Not this, but the edges. So basically I flipped these mirrors down, these tiny mirrors, and I spray the whole thing shaped first. And then get the corners, because what you want is the corners. I'm just going to show. And I promise you it's not going to go on the other side. I tested it. I saw it didn't go on the other side. It didn't go on the mirror side. Don't even waste any spray really spraying the back. You really just want to get the edges. This one needs to stay down a bit more. So there, you get the general idea of what I'm doing. You just want to get the edges so it doesn't show black. Done. I'm gonna let this dry 2 to 3 hours, so there's not going to be like any wet patches, and give it at least 2 to 3 coats so it can be super gold. And when you pick these up, be really careful and then just check underneath and you'll see that there's no spray paint on the mirror. But just let all of this dry for, as I said, 2 to 3 hours to ensure that it's 100% dry and not wet, because if it's wet you're going to get a fingerprint and you're going to have to start all over again. So I'm going to let that dry and then we'll put the mirrors back in and move on to the next part of this DIY. So we're going to be using is this box that I got from Home Depot. This is just a standard, I believe it's a medium sized box, and basically you can put mirrors, TVs inside it. So it's actually, I'm trying to find, it's the medium TV box. This is the measurements that I'm using, and these are the measurements that fit the 3 mirrors that I have from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to be, here's the measurements right here, so you might want to screenshot that in case you want to buy a box that's similar. So now I've shown you that, I am going to glue this down together. I think I'm going to use this back side maybe. And this does slide out, but you can tape that really like solid down. But I believe once it's glued and everything and taped up, it's not going to slide anywhere. So right now I'm going to just tape this up and get ready to prep my whole box table. Done and taped up together, really solid. You have to make sure that the tape is solid, if not it's going to mess up this whole project. Now I am going to work on putting these mirrors into the frames, and here's how they look like when they're done. They look similar to this. Well, they look like this, not similar. So that's what you want to, that's what I'm going to do right now. You have to be very, very careful. The thing about Dollar Tree mirrors, to be honest, is they're very flimsy. They're not, they break easily, they chip easily. So you have to be really, really careful about this. You don't want that to happen. So I'm just giving you a little disclaimer. And then not just that, these frames right here are very flimsy as well. So you have to be careful with your frames and putting them inside the mirrors. Well, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, putting the mirrors inside the frame. Be very careful, take your time, and have someone help you do it as well. Also, just to be careful, wear gloves when you do this. I'm not going to wear gloves because I'm used to doing this, but just to be safe, put some gloves on. This can chip you. The glass, the edges are very raw, so be very careful. So anyway, I'm going to now put all of those together, and also I'm going to do the same thing with my circle frames as well. is how they look right after you've done all that. You're going to have them ready to go. It was really, really simple, in my opinion. It didn't take that long because I guess they're all measured to size. That's why. The first time I did a project doing this, my first mirrored coffee table, I had to go to Lowe's and cut the mirrors to fit the frames. But because these are Dollar Tree's mirrors, it fits the frame perfectly. So I guess that's what made it easier. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get started with the project because it now starts. My mirrors, I'm going to be taking this big mirror here and the ones that I spray painted earlier, the small ones also from Dollar Tree, I'm going to be sticking them in the middle like that. I'm going to be using this Gorilla Glue and this is from Home Depot. So I'm going to, no, it's from Lowe's. So basically I'm going to be, and this is my trusty glue. I use this in all my DIYs, Gorilla Construction Glue, because this stuff, once it dries, it's tough. It holds really, really strong. So I'm going to be using that to glue these down. And I'll say definitely clean your mirror before you do this. Clean this mirror and this mirror, just so it's nice and clean and perfect, especially that bottom mirror. You want no fingerprints, nothing. So take a wet rag or some wet wipes, whichever you want to do, and get that cleaned up before you do this part. Going to be gluing these frames onto the box. That's what we're going to do right now. Don't worry about this bottom part here. As I said, it was really hard to get a box that actually fits the frames. That was really a challenge. So if you find one, that's good for you. But this is what I could find for this project. But what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to cover it with something. I'll see how this goes. As I go along, I'll decide what I'm going to do with that. I'll probably cover it with vinyl, like mirrored vinyl. We'll see. But when you put the table down, you barely notice that. But I'm still going to cover it anyway. So what I'm going to do, just as we did before, was wipe down the frames of any like fingerprints, clean that off. And then we're going to get started on putting this together. 2 little blobs of glue down in the middle, and then I also put some glue enough on the back of the mirror, the round mirror. So what I'm going to do now is just figure out where I want to place it and then press it in. Try not to keep touching the mirror because you're going to have to keep cleaning it. And you have to kind of look at it from an aerial view to make sure it lines up really nicely, because once it's done, it's done. So you have to really look at it from an aerial view. And then once you like how it lines up, grab the other one and do the same thing. Make sure they're not too close together. I feel like it's ugly that way. Kind of separate them a bit, like have some kind of gap in the middle, like this. So there we go. So easy. And now you're going to do this whole process all the way round until we have some symmetry going on. But this is how it looks like. Again, just keep checking that everything lines up really well. There we go. To use some of this film, vinyl film that I bought on Amazon for a different project. I decided to use it down here and I felt it gave it, because it's meant to be like a mirrored look, I felt it gave it a very glamorous look and it made it look super expensive. So as you can see, I put it down here and tucked it underneath here. So this has like it's self-adhesive, and it gave it a very expensive look. Like when I turned the table upside down, like where it's meant to face, it looked gorgeous. So I love that idea. I love how these don't fit exactly. It kind of gave it a whole new element that I love so much. So we're going to keep it like that. The next thing we're going to do is basically repeat this whole process, and I'm going to show you how I did this on camera as well. Nothing really much. All I did was I literally just placed it down there. That's all I did, and then I tucked it underneath. So it's very simple, but I'm going to try and show you parts of how I do that on camera. And then I'm just going to continue the rest on camera, and then you'll see the end of the project. But it's really, really simple, and it looks so expensive. It looks like something you'll find at the Gallerie. I absolutely love it. As I said earlier, for the legs, we are going to be making them like this. Now this does look weird right now, but trust me, I'm going to show you why it looks like this. But this is going to be the legs, and I'm going to spray paint them gold. I tried to cover them with this mirror vinyl film thing that I showed you earlier, but it left these horrible bumps because of the ridges it has right here. So I'm just going to spray paint them gold, and it will just look like this. Because the texture is hard to change because it's really pretty much like this. Now these are magnetic, which makes it easier to glue together, but I'm going to still use my trusty construction glue and glue this together. And this is how they come. As I said, they are from Dollar Tree as well, and all you have to do is buy 4 of them to make 4 legs. So no matter how big your table is, you're going to need four packets of this, and they're going to come, well, you're going to put them together like this. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Do the legs now. I've put the glue down, and this is how they look like when they're dry. So this is the side that's gonna touch the floor. I'm just gonna place this down like this, and I've put the glue on all the 4 corners just to make it easier for your viewing pleasure. I'm gonna put this one right here. Now it would be wise to measure this, but I didn't. I do a lot of things, I eyeball a lot of things. I'm just used to doing things that way. And then we're going to put this in the corner over here. And this is how it should look like. And then what I would advise is to leave that overnight sitting flipped like that, because all of this, you want it to dry really well. You don't want to place any weight on it. Now you can eyeball it. I'm right now eyeballing, making sure everything kind of, because it would be good to eyeball it, to like measure it. And then the next thing you're going to do is put some weights on it to just have it sit. But it's starting to look like a little table now. It's making a lot of sense. Some cans and sit them on top, very heavy cans, to make it really like touch the cardboard. So, and you're going to leave that overnight so it can really stick and stay down and be really good, and not move anywhere. And you're going to flip this and leave it down for a whole 24 hours because you need that dry time. I mean, I would say 5 hours is good enough, but to be on the safe side, go to bed, wake up, and it should be extremely tough. Place the mirror on top of the box. This before, just an boring coffee table, not coffee table, cardboard box. Just a regular dull cardboard box, and here is after. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big fat thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe down below. Let me know if you're going to be making this project, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you do. I'd love to see how yours turned out. I absolutely love this coffee table. It looks so expensive. Never seen anything like this before, made with Dollar Tree products. So let me know if you're going to be making it. I would love to see, and I hope this inspires you to just be creative on a budget and to, you know, create just glam. I am obsessed with this, and I can definitely see myself making more of these in different colors, like silver probably next. But yeah, this is how it turned out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I'll be doing more DIYs on this channel. Let me know if you have any suggestions on what you want me to make next, and I'll see you dolls in my next video. Love you dolls. Bye.